Good morning. Today is November 11, 2022. Just thought I'd do a little, our usual weekly recap on SPY or ES. We're looking at the ES futures this morning. And yesterday was a bit of a surprise, but what I want to show you today is it really wasn't a big surprise. There was a big move up yesterday, but when you step back and you know how to look at the big picture and then correlate it to the little picture, it kind of makes sense. Let's start with the weekly chart, and you can see that we've come off of these highs, and now we're rallying up. Okay, so last few weeks, this is the week of the 17th, going back to October. That was an up week, so we're going to mark that like this. Okay, that was an up week, so we're going to put a marker on there like that. Second week was a higher high. See, this week was up, this week closed up. This week closed down, but it did not close below the 1024 week. All right, that's important. So support held. It was tested, obviously, and we'll make a note of that, but it didn't break through this range. All right, now, so we were kind of circulating around in that range for a couple of weeks. So what we'll do is we'll take the lows here. We're going to go to the lows of this week and make another mark there. I'm sorry, we'll get the horizontal. Okay, so there was some lows at 3725, and then the week after that, there was a low, a little bit lower, at 3702. Okay, so hopefully you got the picture. These are our up weeks. Market pulled back into this range, put in another low, which was a little bit lower than the previous week here, but didn't close below, and then now we're making a close higher, right? And the point is that I want to get across here is that the market moves in these cycles. I have a cycle indicator, and I'll just show you quickly what it does for me. And you can see we have this on 5 periods. Let's just put this on, we're going to put this on 3. And what I just want to point out is just look at this thing. It's amazing. Well, it's not really cooperating today, but the point I wanted to make was that the market moves in cycles. Like this is a high, 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 high. Then when it broke here, you see several cycles of lower low, then several cycles of higher high. A little jagged motion there, but here, several cycles of lower lows, several cycles of higher highs, several lower lows. And so the market's been making higher highs over the last few weeks. So let's go down to the 1-hour chart. We got a lot of technicals here, but you can kind of get the big picture. So this was the previous week high right here. And at 3929, back out for you. So this was the previous week high here at 3929. After the market put in that high, touched it, and then sold off right back to the lows, right? So we had a low by the end of that week, and touched it again, rallied up to about maybe 60% of this range and then pulled back to the lows again, and now we put in our higher high. So this is this is consistent with the overall picture of what's happening. The market made is coming off of a big sell-off here, hitting the 200 period moving average. And now we're slowly moving up, rallying back up. So we're in a cycle of higher highs. Now, what we would be thinking going into next week would be, okay, we're going to take this level off. And now let's assume that this is going to be the high of the week. It might rally up some more today, but let's just assume for now that this is the high of the week. Okay, so what we're looking for, this is our range that we're going into next week with, from 3703 to 3995. That's about a 200, almost a 300 point range. That's about right. And so what we're looking for or waiting for is a pullback to the moving averages. Remember, the 200 is a powerful attractor or repeller. So most likely price will come back to here somewhere, and that would be our entry point. I like to, lately I've been more, like playing the weekly range. It gives you a little more room instead of the daily range. All right, so putting the stop below the previous week low when that happens, and that's what I would do, Or if it comes back in, you're thinking option strategies. Let's say a market comes back in at 3841. Okay, you could sell a butterfly, buy a butterfly with a bullish directional bias, or a calendar spread with a vertical, which would give you some bullish positive delta. But that's kind of the outlook of the week. Still making new highs on a weekly basis. And so we're kind of anticipating a pullback to mid-range, and then a higher high going into, further weeks out. But this is where support is living right now at 3729. All right. Thank you.